Shock Monkey Radio is entertainment for adults, by adults, and the views and opinions expressed here do not reflect upon the sponsors or FXBG Public Radio. For additional information, please refer to the United States Bill of Rights. Stand warned. Uh-oh. Just pulled up my notes. It's empty. Did I do the notes last night? Did I send them to you?
Yeah, I've got the notes. I think I've got notes. Wait a second.
No, I don't think you do. Did I do it? How drunk was I last night? We had the, I
had 97 missed calls.
Oh, man. I don't know. What did I didn't do the notes? Well, we're going to have to wing it, man. We're going to have to wing it. We may have to, trade files or something. I might need a headphone. Well, what do we usually start the show with? Like a joke? Yeah, a joke, right? Let's see if I can do. I may have told it already. Here's one a corpsman told me in the Navy. Corpsmen are like medics. Corpsman said, "What do you call a heterosexual male who tests positive for HIV?" A liar. Pause for effect. Let the slow people catch up. And then we go into the Welcome to Shock Monkey Radio. I'm your host, the Madman. Please go over to patreon.com/shockmonkeyradio. Become a patron today. I would appreciate it. I have one more patron pack. Do you have that? Can you pull up one of the, I sent you that a couple weeks ago. You may have to hunt it down. You may have to pull up pictures on the fly and stuff. Awesome. We got a transition and stuff. Well, that's like the patron pack. And the last one is available. If you go to patreon.com/shockmonkeyradio, you get the beach towel, the playing card stickers, bottle opener, and the special extra gift in the last patron pack, which is the Madman Hates You puzzle. But the Madman doesn't hate you. The Madman loves you. But it's just a bad, poorly designed puzzle, and you get it for free. It's like 1,060 pieces. Yeah. I was really drunk when I made that one. Speaking of drunk, look at this room. That's why we're filming in here, is because, we paid so much. We still got it for a couple hours. They're going to clean this up here in, 4. And that's when they're going to have the baseball card guys. Is that who's lined up, EK? Yeah.
I think so.
Next for the room.
Got a Pokemon tournament.
It's a Pokemon tournament? Hell, I got to go to work. I'm going to beat up nerds in my different time. Baseball card people I can hang out with. But so we got EK, we're panicking because the notes, I don't know what I did with those. Cause you know how it is at the party, though, is the guys with trays of champagne coming by. Every single time a guy's walking by, I'm switching out. You know what I'm saying? Because how I love champagne. I don't really remember much from last night. I remember arguing with Guillermo del Toro about what a MacGuffin is, or who MacGuffin is. I said, MacGuffin is that nerdy guy from Superbad who got laid at the end of the movie. And he kept going. It's like, no, that's what'd he say?
McLovin.
What? That's what he said. He said it was McLovin. And it's like, no, you got it all wrong. He's like, I'm a director. I know what I'm talking about. And it's like, whatever. So I had it wrong. Are you saying that I had it wrong?
I think so.
Man, Fatty, no wonder Fatty was so mad. Sorry, Guillermo. My bad. It was the champagne talking. And, I know I do remember giving the printer guy a piece of my mind about the appreciation thing. It's like, what's going on with the C and the E? What's going on with the A? Looks like two different letters that are not A. And this little squiggle here, it makes me so mad again that I kind of want to call him again, but I know I covered all this ground. Madman Appreciation Month has been expensive, and I'm disappointed. I'm mad all the time. Maybe it's the alcohol. I don't know. You can also follow me on social media over here at DNALATSAW. That's the word Wasteland spelled backwards on Twitter, and at SLRobbins13 on Instagram. Oh, man, what a mess. What happens after I do the welcome? I do a follow-up joke based upon what I was talking about earlier. When I was in the Navy, I was hit on by 4 different guys, which makes the statistics real easy to come up with. 4 guys hit on me in all my life, and all of it was when I was in the Navy. 50% of those guys were Marines, 25% were sailors, and 25% was a civilian who banged Marines on the reg. I don't know why they, made a pass at me. It's not like they were attractive men. Not that I would. It's just, it seems kind of insulting. It's flattering yet insulting at the same time. Like, I've known good-looking gay guys who have never made a pass at me. That kind of insults me. I don't know why. Anyway, but yeah, I don't have HIV, just herpes. Civilians. Hey, I was talking to a Christian friend, and he's like, I like the show, but can you cool out all the GDs and the JCs? Because he doesn't, say the words. I get it. I'm taking the Lord's name in vain. But I thought about it a little bit. It's like, maybe I could replace the blasphemy with like the Canadian way. I was thinking about this. If I said in English, instead of like taking the Lord's name in vain, like tabernacle, I get pissed off at something. The chalice. Do you think that'll skirt the blasphemy laws like Canadians did? Have you ever heard a Canadian curse? It's all like, it's tabernacle. The chalice. Like, what the hell? Your curse words are weird. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, that was just a brief aside. All right, now I usually like skip around. Now that my sexuality and STD status is questionable. I guess all I really do on the show is make fun of people, and since I'm the only one around, I make fun of me. So yeah. So I usually change subjects really quick. Like I saw a movie. We do movie reviews sometimes, right? I saw a movie called Rush. I do not recommend it. Maybe you could pull up a picture. I don't know. Can you do the stars thing like on the fly? I know I'm surprising you. EK's working so hard. God bless his cotton socks. Hey, good job. Look how pretty Chris Hemsworth is. Look how pretty he looks. 1 of 13 stars. This is a terrible movie because I'm straight. This movie is for women and gay men. If you're interested in speed, this is the funny thing about guys who drive race cars. Even if there's Formula One, I understand it's real fast, it's real dangerous. I get that. But when I was interested in going fast, I wanted to, join the Navy or the Air Force and fly supersonic aircraft, which go a little bit faster than a Formula One car. I don't know if you know that. So if you're interested in speed, I don't know why because I was a child at one time and going fast in cars was real exciting. I get that. But then I grew up and I realized like this is a juvenile fantasy to want to race cars. And plus I wanted to go as fast as possible, like Mach 3, you know what I'm saying? Mach 10. I want to go so fast I escape the atmosphere. I wanted to be an astronaut. I wanted to do great things, not just race the fastest car on land. Record that's been broken every year for thousands of years, or hundreds, 150 years maybe. Stupid movie. And I don't know what Daniel Braul's going, is that a wig he's wearing? What's up with that hair? You remember him. He was the douchey Nazi guy from Inglourious Bastards. A much better movie. Yeah, so I keep looking down at my notes like I expect something to be there. Now it's just like my thinking pose. And so I'm thinking, what are we talking about? I haven't jumped on horses yet. Yeah, horses. I can work horses into this movie. Yeah, when you're a race car driver, all right, that's like betting on horses. Like, I'm going to invest in horses. Like, you hear that the Model T came out. The motorized carriages have come out. And you're like, I'm investing heavily in horses. And if you're interested in speed, and you're like, the fastest is F1 racing. I was like, dude, supersonic aircraft exists. Terrible movie. And not one Rush song. The movie's called Rush, and not one Rush song. It was made for women. This movie was made for women because you can't put a Rush song in a movie for women. There's no Rush songs in any romantic comedy. Anyway, are we skipping around at the right pace? Do you think we're doing good? Hey, if I wanted to play like a video or something like that, or am I going to be able to hear it? Or you think you could pull it up? Is it possible?
I could definitely pull it up. I don't know if I'll be able to make you hear it.
I feel like I'm at a disadvantage because you're so professional. You can handle this on the fly, and I didn't do my homework. I had one assignment a week, and I didn't do my homework. damn champagne. And I'm not going to say we did any drugs. Hey, did you hear about that thing with the cocaine with Keir Starmer? Did you hear about that? Search that real quick. Like Keir Starmer, what's his name? Emmanuel Macron. And they were doing a meeting, and the like press came in, and they're like kind of surprised them, and found like cocaine and cocaine utensils on the table. If you could find a picture, or something, yeah, go look this up. Because it's hilarious. All right. The press comes in the room, and this guy, I don't know who these people are. But this guy, he had like one of those little spoons that you could dip in the cocaine and go, one of those things in front of him. And this guy, the press comes in and he goes like, oh, I'm going to put that in my pocket. And he claimed later, like, oh, it's just a tissue. I had snot on it. My nose was running. I thought it'd be gross in front of the cameras. And look, I don't care. I do care that like the leaders of the world are doing cocaine, because everybody who does cocaine is an asshole, colossal asshole. And so I'm not surprised that this happens. It's like when they found cocaine at the White House. Who was surprised? Really? And I think even at the time I joked as they had to go around the White House. Is this yours? Is this yours? It's like, oh, no, I got mine. You know what I mean? All these douchebags who run countries and make big decisions are all high on coke. You know why? Because coke is a rich people's drug. And I don't know if you know about like things like fentanyl, but this is a big reason why I won't do like drugs like cocaine. Number one is like I don't want to be an asshole, and I want to sleep at some point in the next couple days. That's why I avoid cocaine. But then you start talking about drugs like that. You're talking about adulterants. Your drugs get stepped on. You got baby laxative mixed into it. You may have fentanyl in it. And so people, poor people, they don't want to risk it when it comes to cocaine. But rich people, they can get pure uncut cocaine that sends you straight to heaven and then kicks you right down to the pits of hell. I know what happens with cocaine. I tried it once and I was like, no, I kind of like sleeping during a week. At some point during the week. But I thought this was funny because people act like it's a surprise. It was like, I generally don't care if you do cocaine for all it's asshole coffee, if you ask me. It's coffee for assholes. It's Bolivian marching powder and all that. But I don't respect people who make big decisions, who are that high out of their mind. I don't get it. I really don't. All right, we can skip around. We're skipping around. I'm trying to think of ideas.
I can play the audio from the video.
Okay, play audio. Okay. My brother-in-law suggested I talk about Jasmine Crockett, and so like if you just like search for Jasmine Crockett videos, and it doesn't matter which one, because she is the gift that keeps on giving. All right, if you follow this chick at all, it's like. First of all, like earlier in her career, she had a much more professional speaking voice and so forth. And then do you know what she's talking about in this one? No? Okay. Well, I guess we're going to find out together. What does she have to say? Can I hear it?
Try to act like, oh,
I don't hear it yet. Yeah, she,
Let me see if this fixes it.
okay.
they try to act like, oh, political violence, it's the Democrats and it's the liberals. And it's like, actually, I mean, I'm not going to say that like a left-leaning person cannot be violent, because that would be like crazy to say this.
Awesome. Yeah, see, like the way she talks, I ain't going to say, she's like blacking it up. And she's not always been like that. If you look back at her older stuff, she spoke in a more professional way. And more recently, she's been like adding the black factor. The black. There's got to be a cool way to say that. Black factor. I can't figure it out. And she starts adding that into her conversation, especially when she's on these shows with like other black people and stuff like that, trying to show her ghetto street cred. And in many ways, it's a big problem with some people in this culture, where they're trying to out ratchet each other, trying to be the most ghetto, and that's bad for society. Anyway, you can keep going. What else does she have to say? With her enormous, she has big breasts.
But baby.
See what I mean? The blackening. Keep going. Keep going.
Y'all got the white supremacists galore, okay? Like all
They're
of them. You
white.
got the Proud Boys. You got.
Whoa, stop. Proud Boys. The Proud Boys were one small little troublemaking group. All right. And you guys threw the book at them. You were putting these guys away for 2 decades. And for 2 years from 2020 on, Black Lives Matter and Antifa were burning down cities, and no one went after them the way you went after the Proud Boys. Why? Because you support the rioting of people you ideologically agree with. You don't agree with the Proud Boys, so you throw them in jail for 20 years, or try to. All right, keep going.
Nazis. You have people that literally should be classified
Nazis
as
are socialists, by the way,
because a lot of times that is what they are doing. They're engaging in domestic terrorism, and guess what?
Yeah, like
they
BLM,
all align
like
with
Antifa?
your side. Yeah,
no,
including the KKK. So
KKK were formed by Democrats. Dipshit, stop her. The KKK were formed by Southern Democrats. You moron. You are a Democrat. You're a Democrat from Texas. You should know this. She is a moron. She is an idiot. But I will say this about her. I would. Yeah. She's kind of cute. she's got enormous knockers, and that's not really a thing I'm big on. But I mean, she's a little squishy in the middle, and I think we can all agree when you're over 40 that, a little squishy in the middle is good, Plus, she's got a cute face. I think she has like an ear that sticks out like a lot, and so frequently you'll see like her hair tucked behind this ear that sticks out. And it's kind of like Steve Colbert's weird elf ear. You ever see Steve Colbert's weird elf ear? It's kind of endearing when somebody has like goofy ears. It's like they have a pretty face but goofy ears. It's kind of endearing. Unfortunately, she's just a moron. And it just bothers me because I also see my friends who are black on like social media. They'll say stuff like, oh, I can't, people don't understand that we live in America. You know what I'm saying? With 3 Ks for America. And, and they're all Democrats. It's like, Southern Democrats formed the KKK. And you keep talking about the KKK like they're this real big thing here in America. And it's like, trust me, all 26 of them have been hiding inside for over a decade. And I don't know if you know this, you're allowed to be as racist as you want to be inside your house. I don't know if you know that. But I mean, it's just, you're blowing this all out of proportion. And I'm sorry, the violence that you see these days, it comes from the left. It comes from these progressive idiots. These people up at Columbia University protesting, getting rude to Jews, throwing stuff at them, calling them genocidal, it just coming up all sorts of crazy stuff. That's the violence you see. The leftist violence, like Luigi Mangione shooting a guy. It's like, oh, I'm taking it to the man. You know what I'm saying? All your heroes are evil. You know what I'm saying? You want to build a statue of George Floyd? George Floyd, a junkie who overdosed? He was passing bad bills and slapping people around? Pistol whipping chicks? These are your heroes? Anyway, rant over. I am sorry. You still over there? You are under the table? What are you?
You're trying to fix things.
You are working so hard. And I let you down, man. I'm sorry, EK. I don't have anything to talk about today.
Trying to fix stuff.
Oh, you saved my life, man. Did you see that video of the cop?
I did. You want me to pull it up?
Yeah, go ahead and pull it up if you can. It's kind of interesting because I guess we kind of got to watch it first before I talk about it, because I saw it and I was like, this is too perfect. Everything got caught on camera. That's like, this has got to be staged. Every time I look at that sign, I want to call that printer. You know what? That cost me $150.
Oh, right. Jeez.
I mean, he argued it technically is spelled right. It's just the calligraphy. Okay. You found it. Nice. Awesome. Oh, you got to back it up because you got to see like the beginning. Or did I do the beginning? Is that the beginning? Okay, yeah, this guy is cuffed and the cop starts choking on his gum. And I
didn't think they were allowed to chew gum while they're working.
They shouldn't. It's unprofessional.
I didn't think they were allowed to.
It's possible that they are not allowed to, and he did anyway. I don't know if you know this, but cops are fallible people.
They are human.
They are human after all. And I understand if you're dealing with the public and stuff, you want your mouth to be minty fresh, you know, because you don't want to be the guy who cuffs a guy for, I don't know, like marijuana possession or something like that. You bring him into prison, and that perp is sitting there saying, man, you got Officer Dragon Breath over there. You know, he's foul breath in my face the whole time as he's arresting me. Next thing you know, all your co-workers are bringing you mints and stuff like that. Anyway, I understand you want to be minty fresh, but this guy's apparently arrested for some reason. The cops start choking on gum, and let's see what happens. It's like, I'm going to be out, but his body cam was probably on, and my face is the last thing they see, so they're probably going to come after me no matter what. Give me your keys, officer, I'll help you. So he hands him the keys. I don't know, I wonder what cops think about this. Should you do this? Like, I understand you're choking, bro. But I want to talk about this video because of what happens. Because every moment can be a training moment. You know what I'm saying? It's something I learned in the Navy. It's like every moment can be a training moment. He can hardly breath. Man helps him onto his feet. See, now here's the thing. If you're going to do the Heimlich maneuver, you need to get that vest off. But unfortunately, if you're a perp, why do they segment these? Why do they segment these videos? Is there a part 2? Anyway, see, that is not how you do a stop it. Can you stop it? That is not how you do a Heimlich maneuver. First of all, he has that vest on, all right, and you're wrapped around his chest. All right, he's got the vest on, so you can't really get up under the diaphragm, up under the rib cage if he's got a vest on. I understand you're a perp. You were just arrested by the guy, and the guy's choking, and you get out of your cuffs, and the first thing you do is start taking off his clothes. Comes off a little creepy. Just you do your best not to have a boner, you know. And so you start taking off his clothes, and you get the Heimlich. You got to get up under the diaphragm, under the sternum, and lean him over, and it's like a upward thing. You don't just pick him up and throw him back down, jackass. But I mean, if any train can get you there, it works. So you can keep going. It's important to learn how to do the Heimlich maneuver properly, because it could have turned out poorly for this officer if he is.
It looks like he's trying to slide his arm down lower. It's just it keeps going up the vest.
Yeah, the vest, exactly. But you know, when you're rubbing on the guy's butt like that, you probably already have a boner. You don't want to start taking clothes off. Watch how perfect this is. Up and then down, boom. Perfect shot. The gum came out. You got lucky, officer, and he knows it. But what do you think happens next? What do you think happens next? Yeah, he was out of air for like a minute and a half.
Better let that man go.
Yeah. But here's what I like about this. Not only did they catch the gum coming out perfectly in this, but what happens, this is why I think this is staged. So the guy goes back and brings the cuffs, turns around to be arrested again. But no, he said, thank you, sir. It's okay.
You have a good day. Thank you.
You have a good day. Thank you. You saved my life.
You just saved my life.
Now here's the thing. Why was this guy originally arrested? If he were arrested for like a theft, like say he like shoplifted from Walmart or something like that. There's lots of videos like that on the internet. So if he was originally arrested for theft, that means that the officer has to report something to Walmart. You know, he's responsible to a third party. But if he just saw this guy walking down the street and like, hey, you know, I saw you put that blunt in your pocket, you know, mind if I search you, get your ID, stuff like that. If it was something like that, then it's certainly the cop's discretion to let him go. And if some guy saves your life, when he could have just ran, you know, I think it's absolutely the kind thing to do especially if it's something petty and, you know, I was just bored that day anyway. And at the end of the day, I think cops are not necessarily too concerned about marijuana. I have a strong suspicion that this is a marijuana arrest because of the way he lets him go. And so they have some discretion in that regard. Additionally, you know, people want to say, oh, you know, cops and the public, you know, don't have good relations. And I think, you know, at the end of the day, we're both human beings. We're all human beings, I should say. And even if watching somebody choke to death is not fun. I don't know if you can imagine it. Not that I've ever seen that. but it takes considerably longer than you might think for someone to suffocate. I don't know how I know. I can't divulge that, but it's not pleasant. And additionally, we're all human beings. Like, yeah, you may want to run. I'm in cuffs, but I may want to run. But it's just a weed charge over a guy's life. And even criminals, I think, understand the priorities, you know. It's like, I may be shoplifting, but I'm not going to sit here and watch this kid get snatched by this weird guy. You know what I'm saying? That there's like a hierarchy of right and wrong, even in the criminal community.
There is honor among thieves.
EK says there is honor among thieves. We're about halfway point. You want to just go to like Fox News and I'll pick up articles and you stay on the like their website and you can probably see the headlines when I hope no one's watching. No, 2 are watching. Sorry, I didn't do my homework, everybody. All right, let's go to the news worth knowing. Let's look around at some news stories here. This is a hot top news article, so I guess we'll do this. Sounds boring. Trump asked Syria to join the Abraham Accords, normalize ties with Israel in return for sanctions relief. So, know you're doing your best, EK. So, President Donald Trump asked Syrian President Ahmad al-Sharaa to fully normalize relations with Israel in exchange for sanctions relief. In a readout of the nicely done. In a readout of the pivotal Wednesday meeting for Syria, Trump encouraged al-Sharaa to sign on to Abraham Accords with Israel, tell all foreign terrorists to leave Syria, deport, quote, Palestinian terrorists, and help the U.S. prevent the resurgence of ISIS and assume charge of the ISIS detention centers in northeast Syria. Somebody's popular. Some 10,000 ISIS fighters are imprisoned in the region, where the U.S.-backed Kurdish militia known as the Syrian Democratic Forces is charged with keeping them locked up. The U.S. has about 14,000 troops stationed in Syria to fight ISIS. Trump said Tuesday it was a dream for Saudi Arabia to join the Accords, but predicted Riyadh would do so in its own time. The kingdom has long insisted it will not do so until there's a path for Palestinian statehood. Anyway, this is incredibly boring, isn't it? I know, but I think what pops out at me is that, you know, this is like a boring story. And the reason is it's a boring job in many ways. You know, Syria is a messed up country and Saudi Arabia is a messed up country. And being the president of the United States, you need to deal with these messed up countries. And people don't understand. Like, people may want to look at our government as like, oh, it's so corrupt. Oh, DARPA's controlling the weather, you know, and shit like it's just like, you know, these problems are so different in other countries, you know, because like especially these Muslim countries, like, are these hardline Muslims going to freak out today and come and kill us all? You know, that kind of stuff. So, it's incredibly boring, but we have to deal with these mad, insane nations because we have a vested interest in peace throughout the world. I mean, that helps with free trade, that keeps costs down and so forth for all of us, for all of the world, by the way. And after like the Second World War, the U.S. Navy, its primary job was keeping the sea lanes open for free trade because that benefits everybody. It's literally rising tide lifts all ships, free trade around the world. It's a very good thing. Anyway, my inner squid comes out. That's also why I'm like interested in like foreign politics and stuff like that, because it has a direct impact on military. And anyway, boring. All right, I'll try to pick a better article. All right, let's see. What? House GOP moves Trump's agenda. What? All-night committee debate? Let's open that one. New tab. House GOP moves Trump's agenda forward after all-night committee debate. They worked? Did you guys go to work? House of Representatives tax writing panel took a key step in advancing President Donald Trump's tax agenda on Wednesday morning. Are they all sleeping now? Finishing a marathon session that began with lawmakers spitting all over the place, entering a cavernous and chilly room in the Longworth House office building just after 2 p.m. on Tuesday. The House Ways and Means Committee advanced its portion of Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill one of 11 committees working on the effort that will then be a part of one big, massive piece of legislation. It happened despite a barrage of protest amendments lobbied by Democratic lawmakers in a bid to slow proceedings down and make Republicans take politically tricky votes. The Energy and Commerce Committee and the Ways and Means Committee both held meetings through the night to debate and advance key parts of Trump's bill. It's like the American people, just like, what happened? Did our number come up in the lottery? Did ladies and gentlemen of Congress, I'm afraid to inform you we're all going to have to work today. Aww, we're going to have to do something? Don't make us do stuff. The Formers meeting is expected to go into Wednesday afternoon after beginning on Tuesday at 2 p.m. The Ways and Means Committee advanced its portion early on Wednesday morning in a party line 26-19 vote. The committee meeting stretched long through the night and into the next morning. Representative Debbie Dingell from Michigan was caught snoozing during the Energy and Commerce's budget markup Wednesday morning. Meanwhile, at the House Ways and Means Committee markup, Representative Blake Moore from Utah had to be jolted awake to participate in a vote. I'm glad you guys are working. Do something, for God's sakes. What are we paying you people for? Look, I'm not saying I want more laws. It's just you need to start codifying what Trump's doing into law. That's your job as the legislature. All right? All this DEI stuff, all these executive orders, you need to start putting that into law, because as soon as another Democrat takes office, it's just going to change it all again, and it's all got to be redone, and that kind of thing is just so wasteful. So wasteful. You're the legislature. The legislature should be the most powerful. You know, people, when they founded, they were worried about the legislature getting too powerful. And unfortunately, like lately, the legislature has been like real, you know, people trust the president more. People trust, you know, the judiciary more. And they should, not the judiciary. And they shouldn't be like a cult of personality when it comes to executive branch either. Because it doesn't last forever. And it shouldn't last forever. Anyway. I should have been chasing girls, but I was reading books on politics and shit like that. I wasted my life, really. All right. Let's go to another story. House Democrat to introduce reparations push declares moral obligation to send trillions to Black Americans. House Democrat. You finding these articles all right? Yeah? Okay. House Democrat plans to introduce a resolution calling for the U.S. to spend trillions of dollars on reparations for Black Americans this week. Representative Summer Lee, Democrat from Pennsylvania, plans to introduce a Reparations Now resolution on Thursday. Lee met with other lawmakers and activists on Capitol Hill on Tuesday at an event titled Why We Can't Wait, Advancing Reparative Justice in Our Lifetime. She argues that reparations are a moral and legal obligation for Americans. I know I said I'm glad when Congress works, but, you know, I'm not saying just do anything. You know, you don't have to do stuff like this. Quote, the real intention is to build up whatever comes next in their image, she said, referring to the Trump administration. Oh, I missed a part. Hold on. This is a quote from her. This is a moment in time where societies are shaped and new societies are built. We should be the ones who are shaping it. Yeah, you want to build a brave new world, huh? Their real intention is to build up whatever comes next in their image, she said, referring to the Trump administration. And we better fight like hell to make sure we're building it in our image. Lee added that it took nothing but a stroke of a pen for President Donald Trump to dismantle diversity, equity, and inclusion programs across the federal government. Yeah, because it's racist, dumbass. Quote, that's why we recognize that the fight to restore Black folks has to be so much more substantive. Lee's resolution cites U.S. slavery, Jim Crow laws, and other racially discriminatory laws and policies that justify spending trillions of dollars in supporting the descendants of the Black Americans in the U.S. She never lived through any of that. And being white, I never experienced any of the quote-unquote benefits of that. So you can get bent. You're not getting my money. You shouldn't get our money. So Lee's push comes after Representative Ayanna Pressley introduced her own legislation on February calling for a federal commission to study U.S. They are so obsessed with their skin, aren't they? And this is kind of my point about all this. you keep thinking that we're obsessed with our skin, but the people I hear talking about their skin color the most are black people. You are so obsessed with it. Do you like wake up in the morning, you look at your skin, and you're like, that's why I deserve to be rich. Because this is the same type of skin that was once a slave hundreds of years ago. I deserve money. And this is the point. It's like, it's not so much about reparation as is you think America owes you a living. And that's the problem. It's this kind of hubris where you think, just give me money, you owe me because racism, and give me a free living. They already behave this way when they go and like they shoplift and they ransack stores and stuff like that. They already think that they're owed all this. And I'm sorry, you're not. All right, I'll find another story here. Oh, did I talk about oh shit, I hit back. I gotta find that article again. I was talking about Columbia earlier, right? Columbia University. I gotta find this article again. Damn it! So when I switch to the laptop, it's
The protests?
yeah. At Columbia University, they got shut down. I think.
This one?
Which one? Yeah, that's the one. All right. I'm now also finding it. I found it. Mood flips at Columbia University after quashing of latest protests. Trump pressure takes hold. The attempted takeover of a library at Columbia University by anti-Israel protesters last week was shut down fast and decisively by law enforcement. And the feeling among students on campus is that any further disruption or any repeat of last year's chaotic campus encampments will not be tolerated among the university's new leadership and will be quickly squashed. Who wrote this? Michael Dorgan. Okay. I could have a conversation with you. Come in my office. I'm the editor. Anyway, there was a somber and uneasy mood outside the university the day after the protest, where the vast majority of students were tight-lipped on the matter as they hurriedly shuffled through their security checkpoints outside the main gate and on their way to class. There were no political signs, no Palestinian flags. Only a handful of people over the course of several hours were spotted wearing keffiyehs, a traditional Middle Eastern scarf worn by protesters who signified their support for Palestinians. It's terrorist garb. That's what it is. Those who did speak said things have changed. Quote, it was very scary. I think the energy after last night, the dynamic has shifted. A dejected Harmony Cruz Bustamante told Fox News Digital outside the university on Thursday afternoon. I would drop that last name. Because Harmony Cruz is a pretty awesome name. That last name, you're never going to get on. You'll never make it in Hollywood with a name like that, darling. It's just a there's a continue quote. There's just a collective understanding now on campus that we can't talk about certain things because of fears of getting detained or questioned by the authorities. So it was really scary last night because the university had revealed themselves in that they really don't have our interests at heart. And I think they have seen through the viciousness that a lot of the public safety officers in the NYPD had. Look, it's not about the freedom of speech. All right. You're yelling insults and blocking Jewish people from getting to their class. That's what it's about. I think if you are crazy, I think everyone has a right to sit there and have a conversation, even on a university campus, and say crazy things like, oh, the Jews are controlling the weather and stuff. I think that you have that right. But once you start getting aggressive and like attacking or blocking or, getting in the way of normal people, that's when it becomes a problem. It's like these protesters, like these vegan assholes who get in the road and they try to stop traffic. It's like, meat is murder. It's fine to have that opinion, but you can't block traffic. That's where it gets illegal. All right. And so you can sit there and say, like, oh, they're shutting down free speech. And it's like, no, they're shutting down you crazy, crazy liberals you have no idea what it means to be Palestinian. You have really no idea what these inbred Muslim monsters are. You really have no idea. I have a cousin that she scared me. She posted a picture from Syria and I was like, are you in Syria?
In Syria, it's trouble.
yeah, you need to get out of there if you're in Syria. Do not go to countries like that, especially if you're a woman. She said, but a Muslim. And I was like, I know that's a dumb move too. All right. Getting close to, how many stories are we doing?
That was four.
4? All right, we'll do some lighter, see if I can find some lighter. I have a special search term that I use. Fox News. Odd news. Yep. Okay. Oh, some of these are familiar. Did them last week. Okay. Oh, I like this one. Let's look at this one. Anything with coins. Man stumbles across horde of priceless coins while out for a nature walk. This is awesome. Oh, wow, they're Roman. I could tell just by looking at them. An ordinary spring day became extraordinary after a nature-loving metal detectorist, is that a word? A detectorist, unearthed the cache of ancient treasure. Who wrote this? Andrea Margolis. Detectorist. Marius Mangiak, forgive me, sir, confirmed a discovery to Fox News Digital. He said he found a hoard in a field named Letka Vece, a small village in southern Romania. In a Facebook group, Mangiak, forgive me, sir, said he found the coins on a beautiful Saturday that didn't foreshadow anything of what was to come. That's a quote. In a Facebook group, Mangiak said that he found the coins on a beautiful Saturday that didn't foreshadow anything of what to come. It's like he's saying it was already a good day. And then this happened.
Very nice way of saying
That's a very nice way of saying that, yeah. I took my detector and went out alone, as I often do, for exercise and to relax in the fields and forests. He wrote in his post, which was translated from Romanian to English. I wonder if that's a Romanian colloquialism or something. Anyway, I didn't think that this day would surprise me and brings me face to face with history. No kidding. Sorry. I see the pile of coins. They are Roman for sure. That's a fortune. But suddenly his metal detector began beeping, and soon Mangiak was looking at a hoard of 1,469 Roman coins. Seeing silver denarii, Mangiak said that his heart was beating quite hard. I thought about pinching myself to make sure I was dreaming. Yep, he's Romanian. Whose were those coins and what were they intended for? They're your coins now. Let's be clear about this, sir. They're your coins, and they're for whatever you want to do with them. Speaking to Fox News Digital, he estimated that coins are at least 2,000 years old. Wow. After 2 strenuous days of photographing the coins, oh my God, that's a lot of pictures of coins. Almost 1,500 coins in 2 days. That's impressive. Photographing the coins, he handed them over to Town Hall in Letka Noa, forgive me, metal detectorist concluded, I hope that one day I could take my child to the museum and explain to him how lucky I was to discover a page of our people's history. His discovery comes weeks after a pair of metal detectorists found, I'm really starting to hate this word detectorist, an ancient treasure in the Romanian commune of Braiza in Transylvania. 5,000. Sorry. That happens sometimes. Treasure was dated back to the Dacians, who successfully warred against the Roman Empire in the 2nd century AD. I wonder if it was like looted off of Roman soldiers. See, as a guy who's casually into coins, I know like Roman coins are like the most awesome because the way they're struck. Because it was like they literally like a little wafer of metal was good and warmed, and they bink, and so they're all unique and different. It's very cool. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little nerdy about my. I like collecting coins. I like collecting comic books. I particularly like money, like different currencies from over the world. I wonder if I should do like a video just showing the different monies I collected over the years. Because I think it's interesting, the way money is made, and anyway. Nerdy stuff, I know. One more story. I found one. Birthday cake destroyed by spoiled kid. You'll look for that, and I'll start the article. Birthday cake destroyed by spoiled kid as one man stops it, and now he's to blame. That is a terrible headline. Spoiled kid destroys birthday cake, and man tries to stop it. Oh, God, it's cumbersome. So this is a Reddit drama shared by a user who has drawn multiple outraged comments about what constitutes appropriate behavior or not at a birthday celebration involving cake, kids, and family etiquette. I was at my girlfriend's mom's birthday party. Okay. He wrote on a social media platform, Reddit. We ordered an expensive cake for her and split the cost 3 ways with her sisters. The man added that the girlfriend's brother, who never contributes any to any of the shared presents, brought his spoiled 2-year-old son, I think. Jumping around. While everyone was singing happy birthday, the kid started sticking his hands into the cake and licking them and picking off the decorations, the man said. He said he looked around in horror, but his brother and his wife were just smiling at this, like it was absolutely the cutest thing ever, and everyone was totally unfazed and said nothing. He said he bit his tongue and didn't say anything either. However, he finally reached over and moved the cake a few inches out of the reach of the kid. All right, quit playing with the cake. It's disgusting, kid. And the man said that the child started thrashing around and screaming bloody murder. Everyone glared at me like I was the most evil person on earth for doing what I did and rushed to placate the kid. People were saying, "Oh, you poor little thing," and then giving him cake. The man said he told others that, calmly and rationally, that the kid was doing something incredibly unhygienic and it wasn't his birthday cake, and he's old enough to be taught to wait literally 1 minute until he gets a slice of cake instead of destroying someone else's birthday cake and covering it with his germs. The man said he's now been told that he ruined the birthday party, and it's the entire family's reaction. It's making me start to question whether or not I am just a grumpy a-hole. And he asked others for their input. Who cares what they think? You should care what I think. You know what? Good for you. It reminds me of this thing that like Matt Walsh has been on. Something wrong? Kid kills cake, kindness. What, did you use AI for that?
No, I just did it.
Oh, okay. I guess you were able to sit there. I
had to think about it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good job. Kid kills cake, kindness, kiboshed. It's pretty good. See, I knew there was a reason why I liked you, bud, because I wouldn't have to edit your stuff. I'd be so impressed with your headlines that I wouldn't have to read it. It's like, nah, whatever you wrote is good, I'm sure. It reminds me of the stuff that Matt Walsh has been saying about kids doing chores. Like he got into a conversation on Twitter. Is like, somebody asked him, like, what kind of chores do you do around the house? It's like, I don't do any. I have 6 kids. They do all the chores. And they're like, what? You make your kids do chores? And there's a bunch of people pissed off at him because he makes his kids do chores. It's like, I did chores growing up too. I hated them, but it taught me to be a hard worker and to complete tasks and to live up to my responsibility. It's part of growing up. And part of growing up at 2 years old means maybe you have to wait for grace before you can start eating, or maybe you have to wait for everyone to stop singing happy birthday before you can get the cake. And you need to discipline your kids because you're turning your kids into spoiled, rotten brats, And this is the beginning. At 2 years old, you already see that your brother's screwing up this kid, and he's going to be a spoiled, rotten brat because you let him just thrust his hands in the baby into the birthday cake, and you're just like, oh, he's so cute. It's so hard to control kids. You move the cake out of the way. If he starts crying, you take him outside until he chills out. And the whole time you're sitting there explaining to him, I know it's tough to do parent stuff, but the whole time you're sitting there explaining to him, no, that's grandma's birthday cake. You will get some later. Eventually, the logic will start seeping into these kids, and by the time they're 4 or 5, they might be well behaved. And you might be able to get them to do chores around the house. And then one day, if they do all that, if they respect birthday cakes, if they respect Nana's birthday cake, and they do their chores, then maybe when they become adults, you won't have to worry about them anymore. And it's like, oh, he's got a good job now. He's got a family of his own. He's handling his own business. I don't have to worry about my kid anymore. But no, you let your kids run wild like this, you're going to be babying them to the point that they die. They're going to be 55 years old having a heart attack in your house because you never taught them to be an adult. Wow. Get bent, Mo. You know he had to pay taxes on the Patron pack that I sent him?
Did you really?
Yeah. It was like over $100 Canadian. How'd that work out for Mary Antoinette? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I felt bad. He told me that he had to pay taxes on that or what, like customs.
customs.
Yeah, customs.
On
Because
money?
no, on the patron pack.
Oh.
And that made me feel bad because, you know, he's like my super fan, you know, and he's cool. I'm pretty sure he watches my show to like try to understand humor because he's so bad at it by himself. What's the point of being friends if you can't bust each other's balls? Anyway, I think we made it, dude. We got it through this show. I am really impressed at your abilities. And anyone who comes like to FXBG Public Radio to do any kind of work, you're going to get this talented man behind the what is it called, the ones and twos, the control panel, computer, engineering. I don't know. Anyway, this is going to be the end of the show. I want to remind you again, go to patreon.com/shockmonkeyradio. Become a patron today, and you can get the final patron pack with a special extra prize. Or you can send me money to Cash App. Use the hashtag shockmonkeyradio, all one word. Follow me on social media. The word Wasteland spelled backwards on Twitter. That's DNALETSAW on Twitter. And at SLRobbins13 on the Instagrams. This has been Shock Monkey Radio. I've had my notes in front of me the entire time. I'm the Madman, and I love you.